All right, we are getting ready to start the Patriot Memorial round 1. We're at the Crossings course. For MA3, we're playing the short layout for round 1, and should be fun round. I really enjoy this course. We'll see what happens. There's some holes out here I play very well, and there's some holes I play not so well. So you know, we're gonna play the Prodigy bag first round because it's the Crossings course. I'll be doing non-gyro versus Clash for our last semifinal round at the Patriot. So round 2 will be non-gyro, and then tomorrow's round 3 will be Clash, and we'll see who comes out ahead on that one. But round 1 is going to be Prodigy bag because they're the first winner of the semifinal, so I'm just using them to, you know, for round 1. But you know, I always enjoy that bag. I really like Prodigy discs, so you know, we'll see what happens. But I'll be back after round 1.
All right, starting off on hole 15, throwing my A3, and I am going to get a little bit of a tree kick off of this, and going to put me down next to the basket. Starting off with an easy tap-in birdie. That's how we like to start it. Hole 16, I'm going to be throwing the PA3. I'm trying to get it down that middle gap, and I just pulled a little too much to the right. Hit that first available, but I'm going to take my A3 here and just do a little flick right down to the basket. It's close to going in. Slid right past it a little bit, but pretty easy par. Hole 17, I'm going to be throwing the F7, going down the left gap. Little flip up. Really good shot. Very close to the basket. Another birdie. So, you know, starting off pretty good. 2 down through 3. So starting off pretty hot, and then it's all going to kind of come to a slowdown. But hole 18, throwing the H1B2 on a forehand. This was my first throw with this disc. It's way more stable than I expected, but that's fine. But you know, stayed in bounds. You know, the road is out of bounds. Anything left or right of the road is in bounds. I take my A3 and just throw it up here towards the basket, let it crash in, and just deal with a long putt here for par. Hole number 1, I'll be throwing an M4. I was wanting this to kind of flip up a little bit, but you're going to see here, out of the hand is just started on the wrong line. Sort of way too far left, crashed in around these bushes, and really just playing this for par at this point. Just doing a little spike hyzer with the putter. Gave it a little bit of a bid, but it was mainly just tossing it up to take a par. Hole 2, I'm going to be throwing the M5 here. I'm wanting to get this to get up and move right a little bit, but it just goes straight as an arrow the whole time. And I'm going to hit a tree kind of late down this fairway, about halfway down the fairway. So I'm going to take my A2 because I need something that's going to come back hard right at the very end. And give it a good shot, you know, maybe a little bit too good that it held straight longer than I expected, but I do have a good par attempt here, just outside circle. Almost had it. Caught chains, but unfortunately left side chains. Took a bogey. Hole number 3, I'm throwing the PA5, and it just didn't turn over for me like I expected. Got a good kick back to the fairway, but I was wanting a little bit more turnover on it. PA3, really bad shot here. I got away with it, but I wanted that to be way more to the right than where it was, but it was an easy par save. Hole 4B, we did not play 4A this round, but taking my MX3, and I'm just going to throw it down the right side and let it crash down in. Follow the tree line down and around towards the basket. Got pretty close here. The creek is casual, but I'm going to take my putt from there and grab another birdie. Hole 5, throwing the A2. This is a very steep hill, and I thought I almost had an ace here. Went a little bit long with it. but another easy birdie. Hole 6, PA3. Out of the hand, I thought I was going to be all over this basket. Waiting for it to drop, but I caught that tree and then caught another tree and stopped in bounds. And this tree to my left is in my way. I can't get the stance I usually like for my putt, and I was off to the left, unfortunately. It was I mean, it wasn't a good putt, but also I couldn't get my stance. But PA5 here on hole number 7. Wanting to go up the left side, and unfortunately I just grip locked it a little bit, pulled it right into the tree, like second available. But I'm going to give it a run here for birdie. Just about had it, but easy tap in par. Hole 9, H1 V2 again. This is my second throw with it. Still trying to get used to it a little bit. But you can see how stable that thing is, which I like. Got deep towards the basket, but a little bit right in these weeds, and my goal here is just to toss it up under the basket. Yeah, I'm just laying it up for par, easy par. Hole 9, I'm going to take my M5 here, and I'm wanting to go down. I wanted to flip it up and go down that right gap. Hit it just right, hit it perfect. And I'm going to slide right up to the basket. Another birdie putt here. This is probably about 18 feet maybe. Hole 10, I'm going to be throwing my A3 here. I'm just going to use the road to skip it under the basket. Pretty easy par putt, or I'm sorry, birdie putt. Hole 11, I'm going to be throwing my A3 again, and I'm trying to throw this on an Anheuser, and it just comes out all hyzer. Out of my hand, I knew I'd messed that up, so I'm way left of the basket. Do have a birdie run here that I'm going to try, but that stance was awful in that kind of hole I was standing in. Gonna just have to take a par. It should have been an easy birdie. I think it was a star frame other than me. Hole number 12, throw my A3, and this is where the downfall happens of the round. Catch that tree, kicks me straight out of bounds, and my battery went dead. Wound up bogey on that hole. Hole 13, throwing the M4 off the tee, did not flip it up like I needed to. Should have thrown the M5 instead. Gonna take my A3, trying to get back into play. Do a wide flex forehand here. It's actually a decent throw. I got back into play, and this is where I'm gonna kind of mess up here. This is a PA3. I went to go right at the basket, and it came out slightly early, and I'm pin high. I'm just way left. This is to try to save par. I'm like circle's edge, trying to save par, and just caged it. Another bogey. In hole 14, PA3, I'm trying to just kind of spike this into the basket, and I pull it, grip lock the crap out of it, way to the right into the trees, and that is hazard I'm in. So this is trying to save par. And unfortunately, I go just past the basket, and it's going to be a tap-in bogey. So I finished with a triple bogey. Bogey, 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 last 3 holes.
All right, so round 1's over. As you saw, I did very well to start, and then I did what I usually do, and I just plummeted at the end, just fell off a cliff. Bogey, bogey, bogey to finish the round. Shot really well. You'll see the scores down below. I was 5 under going into our 16th hole, and just bogey, bogey, bogey. I'm currently sitting in 17th place. Hunter Collins went off today. He is 8 down. Lyndon Vallone is 8 down. They both played very well. So people lit the course up. So I'm gonna have to do very well next round to come back. But I think we're playing shorts both rounds at Patriot. So I've got a shot to do well, but so does everybody else. So we'll see if I can move up in round 2 and come in tomorrow. I'd like to get into the top 12 if I can. That's my goal. So we'll see what happens. But see you at the end of round 2.
All right, starting off, I'm going to throw my Pilot on hole number 10, which is our starting hole. Really good shot out of the hand, felt great. Little bit of a fade there at the very end, right to the basket. And it's going to leave me with a great birdie attempt here that I decide to flub and take a par. Hole 11, I'm going to throw my jackalope, which I absolutely love. Good rip out of the hands, and I'm going to come up a little bit short with it, but it's going to be pretty easy up and down here for par. I'm just putting it under the basket. Yep. Tap in par. Hole 12, I'm going to throw the grackle. Grackle's a great disc for mint. A little bit of a low shot, but it's going right down the middle. I do skip a little into the woods, but it's not bad. And take my runway and just a little flex forehand right out of these trees. Had a really good gap here. Got it real close to the basket. And this is to save par. We had to skip over to hole 15. I'm going to throw the jet off the tee. Holes 13 and 14 are closed currently because of construction, but there are 2 temp holes that have been put in. Good shot with the jet. Going to take my pilot here and just toss it up to the basket for an easy par. I'm putting with pilots with this bag. Hole 16, going to throw the jet again. Really good turnover backhand. This was a great shot. I absolutely loved it. The jet's a good disc. Really good turnover driver. And just going to putt this at the basket. And going to have another easy tap in par. Temp hole A. I'm going to throw the jet again. The next 2 holes, they're fairly long par 3s. Oh, this one for sure. This is like 430, 440 par 3. But I'm going to get it out close enough to be able to just toss my range right to the basket. And it's going to leave me an easy par putt. Temp hole B, I'm going to throw the jackalope again. That gap through the middle of those trees is what I'm aiming for. Really good shot out of the hand. Nice flip up. Dead center of the gap. I do have a birdie attempt here, but mainly just laying it up for par. Hole 17, gonna throw the mantra. Thought space, and really good shot out of the hand. I need a little more turn on it. I am going to be a little bit more left than I wanted to be, but luckily I've got a small gap here that I can toss the pilot through and take an easy par. Hole 18, I'm going to be throwing the grackle again. This is playing par 3. Really good shot out of the hand. Unfortunately, I hit a tree halfway down. I'm going to take the runway and just throw it down here towards the basket. A little bit short on it, but it's going to leave me a pretty decent putt here for save par. Straddle putts, which I do not like, but we make them work. Hole number 1, I'll be throwing the berry. This is a Yeet Street Discs berry made by Streamline. I'm sorry, not the berry, the Petra. I'm sorry. I'm throwing the Petra. The Yeet Street Petra. I had my calf cramped up on me there. I do drink a almost entire bottle of water right after this because I figured I was getting dehydrated because I started cramping. But really good pull with that Petra. Extremely straight shot. It's basically a hex. If you're looking for a non-gyro molded hex, the Yeet Street Petra is essentially that disc. But I did take a birdie there. Hole 2, I'm going to take the mana and a little turnover backhand. Good shot out of the hand. I thought I was going to get a little bit further than I did, but I do have a long bid here for a bird. This is outside circle 1. This is probably about 50, 60 feet. Just about had it. but it's going to leave me this for par. I got to the point where I'm trying to turn my brain off on those putts and just make the putt, and it seems to be working pretty well. Hole 3, going to take the jackalope again, and I probably should have thrown a little bit different disc because it kind of held out. There was a little bit of a headwind there that held it straight too long, so I didn't quite get into the middle of the gap, but it's going to still be a pretty easy up and down for par here. Just toss it up, and these putts here, I'm saying I'm just turning my brain off, get my line in my head of where I want to be, step up behind my mini, and do my putting stroke. Rock back, rock forward, and let it go. Hole 4, I'm going to take the jet again, throw it up this hill, nice little flip up on it, and it's going to come back to the left and leave me a nice approach here with the range. A little bit more right than I want to be. I kind of want to be a little bit more to the left, but you know, it's a fairly simple shot. Slide it right to the basket, easy par. Rock back, rock forward. Hole 5, I'm going to throw the alpha for the first time. There's a lot of wind right here, and I'm about 10 feet more to the right than I wanted to be. My line, I grip locked it because of that wind. I wanted to be about 10 more feet to the left, and I'd have been circle's edge, but unfortunately, kind of had to float that out there, take a par. Hole 6, I'm going to throw the Phoenix, Mint Discs Phoenix, on a forehand, down the hill, and let it crash back into the right. Really good shot out of the hand. I knew I was going to be somewhere close, and this is for birdie. And unfortunately, I just threw it straight up in the air. I'm not sure what happened there. I know I had to go around a tree, so that might have had a little bit to do with it, but easy par. Hole 7, I'm going to throw the runway, little forehand flex shot. Caught a tree at the very end, but got a good kick on it, right to the basket. Easy birdie. Hole number 8, I'm going to throw the Petra again. And out of the hand, I thought I hit it perfectly, and it just came out of that turn, and we got a little more stable than I expected, but I take the range and just do a little flick shot with the range to get it near the basket so I can try to make it an easy par. And yeah, it's a tap in for par. And then finally, hole number 9, I'm going to throw the Petra again. In my practice, I parked it with this disc, and unfortunately, I pulled it just a little bit and hit that tree. It was a good shot. It just had a tree in the way. And this, I don't know what happened here. That pilot just held straight as it could. I think there was a little bit of a headwind. You can see the flag kind of blowing a little bit. I think it just held it straighter than I expected. But this is to save par and go a bogey-free round.
All right, round 2 is done, and all I gotta say is that was a great round. That non-gyro MVP bag showed up big time. Put the scores down below, but you probably saw that I was playing pretty well. 0 bogeys, 16 pars, 2 birdies, 2 down. As of right now, it's showing as 914 rated. And I moved up 9 spots. I'm in the top 10 currently, tied for 8th place, and I believe I will be on chase card tomorrow. I'm last on the chase card. Currently 9 shots out of first, so you know, and the guys that are ahead of me, I don't expect them to have rough rounds tomorrow, so you know, I don't think the win is in it for me, but my goal is to get to top 5. I think that is doable. I'm only 3 out of top 5, so I think I could possibly do that. And but yeah, that bag showed up. Very happy with how that bag did. Clash is going to have a hard time tomorrow keeping up with that. But you know what? They can do it because Clash makes great discs. It'd be a good battle. Some really good stuff in that bag. Some shots I didn't have with the Non-Gyro MVP bag are in the Clash bag. But I made them work today. So God, that bag flew through so well. I was very impressed with it. That's one I've been impressed with the whole time. I think that bag is one that beat the end of a bag, which I did not expect to happen. And I think it beat it by like 5 strokes. Did not expect that, but yeah, it flew very well today. Tomorrow's gonna be a good day. We're gonna see who's in the finals against Prodigy. But yeah, it was fun, and I look forward to round 3 tomorrow.
Hole number 1, I'm throwing the Berry, which is basically a Buzz Light disc. Hit a really good shot there. Crashed a little bit more left than I wanted, but it's fine. It's gonna be this putt here for birdie. Was able to cash it in. Hole 2, throwing the Peach on a turnover backhand, and really good out of the hand, and got a good ground skip towards the basket. Another putt here for bird. Just did miss it. Tap in for par. Hole 3, throw in the Vanilla. Trying to do what I did with the Jackalope, but I'm wanting it to come back left sooner, and it's a little bit better, but it's pretty much in the same exact spot. This is almost a deja vu carbon copy of the day before. I'm gonna take my butter and just toss it up here to the basket, and another tap in par, just like the last round. Hole 4, throw in the Wild Honey, and this is one of the most stable Wild Honeys I've ever thrown. It does not flip for me. I've thrown it like 2 others before that have been nice and flippy. This one is not. This is stable. But I'm gonna take my Popcorn, which is probably one of the best throwing putters on the market. Great throwing putter, but easy tap in par there. Hole number 5, throw in the Lotus, and I just missed my line with it, and it's going to come out way left of the basket, but I'm going to have a long putt here for birdie. And I just put it under the basket for tap in par. Hole 6, I'm going to throw the Spice on a forehand, trying to recreate what I did with the Phoenix on round 2. And out of the hand, I thought I was going to be a carbon copy of it, and it almost was. A little bit shorter, but not by much. I must have hit one of these trees and kind of stopped it, but easy toss up and putt in for par. Hole number 7, I'm going to take the Peppermint and try to recreate last year's Ace. And I thought I did when I first let it go. Just did miss it under the basket. And it's going to be a tap in, or not a tap in, but a birdie putt here. Hole number 8, throw in the Berry again. Really good shot. This is what I tried to do with the Petra the round before. Got through the gap and left myself with a great birdie putt, birdie opportunity here. Which I decided not to capitalize on and take a par. Hole 9, throw on the Wild Honey again. And it's going to slip out of my fingers, so I did not get a good release on it. I think it's 12 speeds in general are just a little bit too big for my hand. They slip out when I'm really trying to crank on it. I'm going to throw the Ginger here on my second shot. Really good shot with the Ginger. Got it down across the road. And Popcorn I'm going to put up right under the basket, or right near the basket. About 150 feet. Approach shot. I thought I was going in the basket, but it just fell short. And this is a save par. Hole 10, I'm going to throw the Vanilla. Really good shot out of the hand. Felt great. Got decent distance on it. And I'm about 170 feet from the basket here with the Popcorn. And I feel like 170 to 200 is my bread and butter with this disc. I absolutely bullseyed this approach. And this is a tap-in birdie. It's a par 4. Hole 11, I'm going to throw the Vanilla again. kind of hoping for a little more wind here. That might keep me in the air longer. Got a little bit too nose up. It's going to come up short on me, but it's going to be a pretty easy up and down, to save par here. I'm just tossing this under the basket. Didn't even think about it. Just got up there, tossed it to the basket, take the par. All right, hole 12. This is where I decide to forget how to play disc golf. I'm going to throw the Lotus off the tee. Really good drive. I set myself up perfectly for an easy par here. And I take the peppermint and I decide not to trust it. I should have trusted this, threw it left of the basket because I knew how stable the peppermint is, and I did not trust it and just did not turn it over at all. And it crashes out way short, way right. And this should have been an easy bogey, but out of the hand, this thing just jumped out of my hand. I think I grip locked it a little bit, and this should have been an easy comeback for bogey. I hit chains and it just jumps out of the basket. Unfortunate double bogey on hole 12. Hole 13, Wild Honey. Really good shot out of hand, but you can see that should have turned over. Like the Jet would have turned over easily, but that Wild Honey is just not as stable, as understable as the Jet. Unfortunately, I'm pin high. I'm just left, and I had to take another par. Hole 16, I'm throwing the Vanilla, trying to do a turnover backhand with this. And I thought I hit it right out of the hand, but it's coming out immediately. Did not hold at all. But I'm right at 200 feet out here with the popcorn, and I'm just throwing this right to the basket. And I expected it to come back at the end, and it just held straight. But I'm pin high. I'm just right at the basket, probably about 18, 20 feet for par. 10th hole A, I'm going to be throwing the Salt on a forehand here. That Wild Honey was not turning over for me, so I just figured I'd take a forehand Salt for a distant shot. Got it right in the middle. I'm going to take the Fudge here. The way the wind was blowing, I didn't want to take the popcorn and risk going way right. So I took the Fudge and unfortunately threw it low, but I did get close enough for this to be a good par opportunity, which I was able to hold on to. 10th hole B, I'm going to throw the Soda here for the first time today. And really good shot out of the hand. I just started way too far left. I needed that to be towards the right side of the gap, not the left. Put me in these trees. I'm going to take the peppermint, and this time I'm going to trust it. I'm going to put on a big Anheuser flex shot, and it goes right to the basket. So luckily I'm able to save par here. Hole 17, I'm going to take the Vanilla again. I'm just trying to put it right up the gap. Yep, there we go. Started it to the right side of it, let it crash back in left. That's what I meant to do with the Soda last hole. And easy up and down here for par. I had to go around this corner. From the angle of the camera, you can't see how cut off I was. I had to go right around it. I didn't have a straight shot at it like the camera showed. Last hole 18 with the Lotus. Really good shot out of the hand. I thought I was going to be under the basket, and I catch some twig tree down there that I could not see. Unfortunately, it knocked me down early, and I'm going to take the Fudge. I'm trying to figure out if I should go forehand flex or backhand Fudge. I decided to go with the Fudge and just throw it right to the basket and leave me about probably 15 feet to finish with the par.
All right, everyone. As you saw, round 3 was a really good round, other than that one hole that kind of threw everything out of whack. For the competition, at least, between Clash and Streamline Mint TSA. But it was my closest challenge yet. As you'll see, final scores below, final ratings below. Very, very close. But Streamline Mint pulled it out by just a few ratings points. So unfortunately, Clash will be going to Yeet Street next week, and we'll be having Prodigy versus Streamline Mint for the finals. So, you know, I didn't expect that. I expected Prodigy might do pretty well. You know, Innova getting knocked out early was a surprise, and you know, by Streamline Mint, and then they held on again, taking out Clash. So, you know, it's a good bag. I really like that bag, and especially to not even have a forehand approach disc in that bag that, you know, I can count on, kind of like a Peppermint or A2 or A3. You know, mostly it's backhand stuff in that bag, and it's done very well. So I'm happy with it. Great tournament. Finished 8th place. My goal was to try to get to 5th place today, but you know, I kind of held around even there, especially because of that double on 12. That hurt, but you know, it happens. Round 2, 0 bogeys was awesome, and today I almost did it again, except, you know, hole 12. You know, as I said, probably said in the commentary, I haven't done the commentary yet, so I don't know, but I'll probably say it. I just didn't trust that Peppermint enough. I should have trusted it, put a little more power onto it to make sure it went left of the basket and then came back. It just never got left of the basket, died out to the right, and then I 3-putted, which was awful. That par putt, I don't know what happened. It just kind of stayed in my hand and did not come out when I wanted it to. Came out late and high and just flew over the basket. And then I missed my next putt. That it was in the basket and popped out. Unfortunately, it was low left. It wasn't a good putt, you know, to begin with for the bogey. So, you know, I could see it happening. It wasn't something where I was like, oh, that was a fluke. No, it was a bad putt. But yeah, so that was great. Finished 887 for the event, you know, rated, which is 41 points above my rating. Awesome. One round over 900, one almost at 900, and then that first round, those 3 bogeys at the end of round 1 at Crossings just killed my rating there. But yeah, it was a great tournament. Really good showing. I'm happy about it. Looks like they are doing a playoff right now for first place between Colin and Lyndon. So good luck to both of them. Did finish top 10, so I'm happy with that out of 38 people. So yeah, top 10 out of 38. I'm happy with that. So wonderful. I'm signed up next week, another B tier at Valley Springs in Durham. It'll be 3 rounds there, and you know, we'll see. I have to look at the layouts to see if I want to do the Prodigy Streamline there or not. If the layouts are similar enough to do rating challenge, I'll do that. Otherwise, I might push the final out until we get you know, a true same layout versus layout tournament to come up for that. But as always, thanks so much for watching. Catch you again next time.